All right. Are we live? Someone out there tell me you can hear my voice. Anyone, somebody. As long as you're not one of the forerunners. If I hear a voice on stream, I'll be very confused. All right, I hear my voice. We got it. We got it. Good. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this Open League presentation, Leap to the Past Randomizer League Season 6. We're back, everybody. After a long and trying summer. Zeruvian here on commentary. Joining me tonight, Nira Likeshine. Nira, say hello.
Hello, Nira.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Little touch and go here. We've got a couple minutes of action to talk about just briefly. Still working on getting the timers up on screen, but you see who we've got going on for you tonight. Crystal Roller Crew on your left, IBKarma and Armlx at the helm. On the right, kademan941 and Masakuni representing Midna's Malevolence. It is week 1, opening night of this Open League. We're playing co-op all dungeons.
Should be exciting. I don't know any of these runners except Armlx, and I know he's very good at this game.
So I've had the pleasure to play with and against at least 3 of these runners. I practiced with Crystal Roller last year. They had a pretty strong run where they just barely missed playoffs, so watch out for them this season. Masakuni and Cademan, on the other hand, for Midna's Malevolence, relatively new to the scene, Masakuni Dragon. He recently graduated from Go Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament Academy. Believe Master Sword bracket, so not someone to sneeze at. It's his first competitive foray outside of the Mentor Tournament or the Casual Boots Tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how we do.
Also, we just found the lamp in the back of Blind's hideout.
Yeah, we got items everywhere we're not talking about. We have a Moon Pearl just sitting in the forest. We have a lamp in Blind's hideout. We've got a known sword. We've got a shovel. We've got the cape. I forget where some of these are, but we have 2 trackers that are keeping track of that for us. Tonight we have Zelda Lover and Your Uncle Finch on tracking.
Yeah, the sword was in the back of the bar. Cape I missed. And the shovel was in Link's house.
There's Armlx picking up the pearl. Finch is letting us know Cape is in Blind's hideout also, so that's a good thing to know about. Cape and lamp and a sword. It's telling us we already have Dark World access at 5 minutes in. Not something you really necessarily want to be thinking about this early. We see IBKarma going into escape now, so that's going to be some items that we can take advantage of, perhaps. Depending on where this key is, you might actually be able to clear escape.
Also, we just found Ether in Eastern.
And just as a note, I did say it's AD co-op, so we do have to clear all of the dungeons, all 10 prize dungeons, Castle Tower, Ganon's Tower, all required. No key shuffle, so we just need the items to be able to get there. That's part of the joy. Playing co-op, you get a partner. You're allowed to share information verbally with that partner, but we're not allowed to see each other's streams or share a tracker or anything like that. It's an interesting piece of divergence, Caveman going to Eastern early. Granted, we also have Karma in Hyrule Castle early. There's the big key to Eastern. And it looks like Masa's going to take care of the castle for us, too. And Arm is headed to Agena.
Yep. And the big chest in Eastern is the 20 rubies. That boomerang chest in the castle is just the map.
And no key in front means the key is either in Dark Cross or waiting in the back of Escape, so the game will never expect you to take a key to the back of Escape to get the key. That's against key logic, so that means there's a glove somewhere. So happens you need 2 to finish the game, so... answering one of our trackers' questions, yes, in this particular week of the league, you cannot watch your partner's stream. You also cannot do so during week 7 when we do Enemizer.
We also just found the second sword.
Yeah, Agena having a Master Sword here for us. This is starting to feel very much like a go to Dark World and go to Agena type seed. And there's the back of Escape from Caveman. Did Caveman get a glove that we didn't see?
What? I didn't catch what you said.
Caveman did the back of Escape. Did he get a glove at Eastern that we didn't see? Because I feel like that's the only way he would have gotten back there in the time that he did.
I don't know. I didn't see a glove.
Well, he was the only player in Eastern and the only person who's been to the back of Escape, and I can tell you he wasn't in Hyrule Castle, so that's the only situation where that happens. Oh, Arm is just going for the tower. That's probably the play we need to do here.
Well, he can fully clear it.
I mean, the game is expecting you to do so. But this is also currently our known way to the Dark World.
Yep, can't get... we just found the Titan's mitts in the Dark Cross.
Oh. Does Karma not have a lamp? Karma does not have the lamp. Okay.
Yeah, he did... Karma did do Blind's hideout, but did not do the back.
So Karma...
I don't think he had bombs was the thing.
Karma deciding lamp is not important enough.
Yeah, we found the mitts. It was in Dark Cross.
Yeah, but for Karma, was that his first glove or his second glove?
I don't know.
I'm going to go with second because he hasn't been to Eastern yet. Or first, rather. Oh my gosh.
Arm is just clearing out Aga Cave, or Aga really fast, though.
Masakuni realizing he has nothing to depth warp off of after taking out that green guard, so a save and quit there. He's probably going to Eastern here. And knowledge of a second glove with neither runner having gone to Eastern. This is interesting for Crystal Roller Crew, because Armlx is going to be able to do a very minute number of checks in Dark World here.
Well, for all we know, he'll find the hammer on the pyramid ledge.
Oh, don't you say that. But he doesn't even have a single glove yet. He knows where a glove is.
True, but with that hammer, he can still do quite a bit of searching. We believe the first glove was an Eastern.
Yeah, Aghanim's not as much of a gamble kind of play, so much as it's a time investment with lesser equipment. You still need to do it, and it is your East Dark World access if your West Dark World access is via mitts. And it could be required if there's no way to get over without kern jumping.
We also know where 3 swords are, and Eastern is now completable.
We have a bow. Did we not see Mini Moldworm Cave from... That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. And I bet you anything, Masakuni's very happy to see a second sword right now. Yeah, Caveman going up the mountain for these 2 logical checks here.
We also forgot to get the blue ball guessing game going.
That's not as important as what's going on the screen, but if you want to guess anywhere from 0 to 15, you can.
Mine would have been 7.
I don't like playing the blue ball guessing game with Aghanim because you see it once, all 4 runners are going to have the same Aga fight.
It also was 50 rubies on Gary and the old man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good. Wait, what do we have on Spectacle Rock? Vanilla. What do we have in Spectacle Rock? See, that's actually really good for IBKarma, because he's probably going to go over to Eastern with that bow.
Yep.
And Arm is probably going to go over to Mini Moldworm Cave for that bow, with the ability to go into Palace of Darkness. But first, let's see what is waiting on the pyramid. It's Vanilla.
Not 100% vanilla. We don't know which piece of art that one is.
That's semantics, and you know it.
I like semantics, even though I don't know how to say it properly.
I'd be interested to see if Karma will go swimming here with the bow and the Moon Pearl. We could see some Zora checks. Especially having, you know, twice the price of doing business with King Scamfish.
Yeah. And because this is first day of league, we know the scam will be even worse today.
Well, what does that? What does that have to do with anything?
It'll be a single ruby.
No, it's a half price scam. He's gonna give you $300. It's gonna give you progression. Watch it be like a hook shot or something.
True.
So the glitch that Karma just did, for those of you not familiar with some of the techniques that we see in the randomizer, that is called a fake flipper. By going into the water on the edge of a screen transition to splash delete, as in the splash never happens. Game's looking to see if Link will splash when he plops into the water if he doesn't have flippers. That's what causes him to just go up onto the land again. If you never get the splash, you're in swimming state without the item required to do it.
Also, other pendants were Skullwoods and TR.
Did you happen to catch where our 5 and 6 were?
No, I didn't.
See, just like I said, we were going to see Armlx is headed over to Pod with that bow instead of going to Eastern first. It's the kind of play you make if you're looking at your density play. We don't know about Mitts yet if we're Crystal Roller. We know about One Glove.
Well, we know where both gloves are. One was in Dark Cross, one's in Eastern.
Yeah, one team knows that. The other one does not.
Oh, true.
Because Masakuni could not Death Warp in Hyrule Castle, so he didn't do Dark Cross.
True. Also, we are about to see what is in Waterfall Cave, and it is Quake and 3 bombs.
Ice and Swamp for 5-6. Very interesting. Very interesting. That means we won't be seeing a hook shot or a mirror in any likelihood in Pyramid Fairy. The Water Walk is a little more complicated, especially when it comes to that cave. This cave checks to see if you have a Moon Pearl, because at that point it also assumes that you have flippers. But I don't know. Ask someone more technically inclined why the water walking out of Waterfall Cave works.
Also, on Zora has a piece of heart.
See, it's a love lesson.
Zora, I'd rather have the armor. Also, we know that Armos Knights either holds the map or the compass because all 3 items have been found in Eastern.
All right, Masakuni going to take on his Armos Knights fight. We'll see our first prize on the board. And there'll be Midna's Malevolence on the board first with a clear of Eastern Palace. And I would imagine Karma's not going to make us wait very long for more information.
Probably not. And Arm used the map there by accident. And we have Small Key there.
Caveman about to get information on this extra sword. I said first prize, not first dungeon. What do you get for clearing Castle Tower?
Absolutely nothing.
You get a second quest. No.
At least it's not a fetch quest.
Masakuni headed back into Hyrule Castle. I believe this is probably just straight to Dark Cross, I hope. No, we're going up the castle. Castle Tower goes. Agina had that tempered sword that Caveman now has.
Yeah, I'm sure all of our runners are glad they're not going to have to worry about swords today.
Oh, they're both just going. This is... I don't know how I feel about that. I please tell me you're going to Dark Cross first, Caveman.
Nope.
No, we are hard committing. That's possibly bad. All right, watch out, flashing lights on Masakuni's screen, as Ether is quite the visible spectacle. So if you are at all photosensitive, do watch out for any time that Masa pulls out that Ether medallion. This game was released in 90 or 91, depending on where you are, so things like photosensitivity warnings did not quite exist back then.
And there's another heart container in the pod. Our runners are on very low health. Well, except for Karma.
Yeah, 5 hearts and green mail is not really how you'd like to run around Dark World in the early stages here. It does make death warping considerably easier, though.
Very true. Yeah, we know that Aga likes to be quite flashy. Thankfully, they've given us the ability to turn off the flashing now. There's our mirror.
Well, that's kind of interesting, because that mirror opens up a bunch of checks for Crystal Roller Crew now that they know about myths. That's a little more dangerous now for Midna's Malevolence.
Yeah, definitely.
It also means Arm is going to be able to do pod into Eastern, but only if the hammer shows up. It's not.
No, but he will be able to do Eastern. Never hurts to do Eastern, especially since there's a glove in here.
I mean, that glove is most of our access right now.
Yeah, it turns out, though, doing early Aga 1 was kind of pointless.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say doing Aga 1 at all is probably important.
Well, I mean, like, doing Aga 1 this early.
I'm still going to disagree, because unless your hammer or flippers are on west side of Dark World and not blocked by that mirror, an early mirror is actually important here, especially if your East Dark World access is through Aga.
True, I didn't think about that with the mirror, sorry.
Okay, Karma's got his crystal out of Eastern and his myths, so we might actually see Karma put off Castle Tower until much later.
I don't know. He might, because of that mirror and you knowing you need it for Swamp.
Well, no, hear me out. You have myths. You
True.
have so much you can do on West Dark World right now.
Very true. Might as well wait to do pod until you find the hammer.
Because if he can get the hammer and go one-shot pod, or find the flute and then mirror back and leave pod until you can find the hammer wherever it may be. His
very true.
Karma knows that the mirror is there and doesn't need to go out of his way to get it right now.
Very true. I'm not thinking co-op thinking is what happened.
Yeah, that's just it. Is we have 4 players on the screen. They're all playing the same game, but the 2 players on the left and the 2 players on the right are talking to each other as partners.
Yeah, I get like that's just like it. That still just throws me off as a bit. Is that I'm not used to co-op.
But it's like playing with 2 heads. There's the lamp. Karma went to CAC just to pick up the lamp. No, you go into Dark World there, buddy. Okay.
Can't really kind of blame. Nope. I think he's doing Aga.
No, this has to be Aga because he wants to go into pod. I get it. I don't think it's worth it to go to pod just for the mirror.
I don't think so either. So
I think you need to get more information first, since your co-runner is clearing bosses, right? The boss that you already did right now. I mean, okay, I get it, but no, I don't get it. And of course, Masakuni and Cademan don't have a choice. They have to go over to Palace of Darkness. They'll get that mirror, and it's going to put them in an interesting path.
Yep. It might push them away from the Titans midst, too.
They might believe... I mean, did we ever see the key to Hyrule Castle? I feel like we did.
Yeah, it had to, because we got to... Like, it must have been somewhere in there, because we were able to do all the checks. Guarantee we have the glove to be able to do the back.
Here's a new check for you. We're getting catfish from Masakuni.
Oh yeah. I say fire rod if it has anything.
Chat pointing out, mirror does make getting back to mitts easier, since with the mirror you just spawn on the top of the castle anyway. Here's the dealio, though, is you have to believe that there's something waiting for you in Dark Cross to actually want to make that play.
Yep. Also, Catfish, what do you got for us today? It is a shield. That is the ugliest fire rod I have ever seen.
Babby's first shield. Masakuni getting that prize information for MM. We're going to see a bit of mountain action from Armlx here.
Yeah.
Who has the mitts, by the way?
No, he doesn't. He's got the.
Oh, he hasn't been into Hyrule. Ah, okay. This is interesting.
Yeah, he's gonna go do Hera, get some new knowledge. Probably gonna grab those mitts afterwards, though. Apparently, neither of them have done. Karma has not gone up the mountain. That's right.
No, and we didn't have a reason to go up the mountain until just now for Arm and Karma. Arm going up with the mirror to check out what's going on in Hera. Hera is a clearable dungeon right now.
Oh yeah, and Chad's bringing up a good point. If Hammer's in Hera, that's worst case scenario for Midna.
Yeah, because if Midna's Malevolence gets the hammer from this mirror as their Dark World access, they're probably never going back for that pair of bits until it's like late last location. Granted, getting funneled into last location mitts isn't quite as bad, but it's not very good either.
There's the big key.
We'll have to wait and see if we need to do the basement.
I didn't see what was in the first check in Hera.
I believe it was a compass.
Oof.
So we have 2 items still at large here in Hera.
Watch it be hook shot and hammer.
Please don't wish the worst for our runners.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying.
Like, they're good pair of items, but you're literally talking about the opposite team getting completely screwed.
That's true. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to be like that. There's a piece of heart.
See that bomb jump across this pit. Oh, he's going to abort because that did not ledge grab like he wanted it. There we go. That'll do.
Yep, and Big Chest holds the map.
The map. So we have an item either in the basement or on Moldorm.
Come on, Moldorm. Don't be trolly.
Nobody wants to go to Hera basement.
Yeah, but at this point, you go there if Trolldorm doesn't have one.
Did Caveman just key for a key? I'm a little confused. Caveman, how do you only have 1 key right now? Oh, Stalfos basement. Okay.
Trolldorm, less trolly when you have something better than Fighter Sword.
You mean better than vanilla? Oh, here's the key. Here we go.
Oh, and it's a green pendant. That's right.
Yeah, you have to believe in Hera basement here, right?
That or we mistook what... Oh, wait, no, he would have not checked the big chest of the
big chest was the map. There's an item in Hera basement. The thing is, Hera basement's such a divisive place for anything at all. I feel like you have to look at it now.
Oh yeah, and that mirror makes it at least somewhat tolerable being in there. Especially if something like the hammer is in the basement.
Right, I mean, in any other situation, you're going to save and quit here. I don't know if this was an intentional death by Masakuni, but down he goes.
I don't think it was intentional.
Caveman, having already cleaned up the rest of Eastern, is going to wait until he can finish Pod to clear Eastern's crystal. I like that call. Yeah. We have Mit's access to Dark World, so it's really not as bad as it seems right now for Crystal Roller Crew. There's a ton open, just that no one's gone in that direction.
Oh, and chat brings up a good point. The no, there's no hammer or mirror to get out of the right side. And
Right.
wait
a minute.
Titan's mitts.
So
Okay, apparently we only have one glove. What was in Dark?
I'm very confused. Why did we think we had a glove in Dark Cross?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So this is an Agassi for a mirror and pod.
Yep.
I feel betrayed right now. So there's that. I mean, all this time, we're like, why haven't we gone to West Dark World? Don't we have mitts? Who told me we had mitts? We don't have mitts. Well, Armlx has mitts now, and there's your Dark World access. That explains why each team's done what they've done. It's just a last location chain.
Yep, and Cademan is in Hera now too. Hopefully, he goes and gets those mitts out of the basement.
I thought it was maybe the key in Dark Cross. I think that's the only place it could be.
That's probably what it was.
Then why would anyone have thought we had a glove?
I saw the glove get marked off in Dark Cross. That's why I was saying it was a glove.
You gotta follow the screen, not the tracker sometimes. It's easy to press the wrong button. Trust me, I've done it. Alright, so it's Masakuni's turn to go up the mountain and get mitts. That's not as bad as it seemed then.
No, far from it. So Karma's going to grab the small key and the big key here to get the Titan, to get the mirror. We know that I think there's no item on Helmasaur. I think it's going to be the map.
I mean, at this point, all you need to get out of here is the mirror and then just leave. You'll pick up a key later.
Very true.
Oh, not down the center hole! Moldorm, how could you?
Oh, that's always painful. So far, nothing in Thieves Town. Yep. Here's round 2 against the troll.
Yeah, new checks for Crystal Roller Crew. Armlx has made his way into Thieves Town, bypassing Skull Woods for now.
Can't complete it, and you can complete this place.
Yes, but it may not be logical to do so.
True. Also, 2 items have been found in Thieves Town right now.
And we're going to bail out until we have a hammer, I think.
Yeah, makes sense.
Alright, Caveman picks up his pendant off of Moldorm. Definitely going back in, because this is our last location.
Yep. Gonna get
the glove in Eastern, he already saw the back of Escape, so we know we don't need the back of Escape, and that's why Midna's Malevolence hasn't gone to Dark Cross. They know it's the key.
Yep. Sorry. Also, we're going to look at Dig Game here.
And just remember, everybody, we're going to miss stuff. Chat, yell at the comms if we're wrong. Please. It's 4 screens. It's very hard to keep track of, and I have 4 eyes. I wear glasses.
Also, we just found a bottle.
Is that our first bottle? Yes, it is.
Yep.
If we felt so inclined, we could actually start Smith Chain and pick up that bottle check right now, and I think that's what Arm's going to do.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Save going to hype or to Johnny 2 bombs until after you do this.
Well, no, what you do is you turn in the bottle and the Smith, then you grab the purple chest. You can check Hype Cave on your way down to turning in purple chest.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, mitts for Cademan. Save and quit. West Dark World we come.
Yep, and Sick Kid, you have for us 3 bombs.
You know, I'm always worried when he has explosives. What are you doing with those?
I'm more worried when he has 10 of them.
I mean, I'm worried at all when he has any kind of weapon. Like, here's a pointy stick that I've had kept under my bed for intruders. Or here's a stick that makes fire happen.
Yeah, great parents he has. Also, Bladesmiths hold 20 rubies. Yay.
Masakuni on the run from this Moldorm. Masa does not have the sword from Agina's cave, so this is a little bit more dicey of a fight. Fun fact, Master Sword will do the same amount of damage as a Fighter Sword slash will to Moldorm. So Masa's better bet, if he felt comfortable to do so, is probably to try spins with the Master Sword. They'll do tempered damage. But that's tough to do, actually.
My brain just short-circuited by the logic of that with the damage.
Hey, nobody said that the damage table for this game was perfect square of anything. Oh, please don't also fall down the square hole.
Cape 45 holds 10 arrows.
Oh, that was a bully. A bully shot from Moldorm knocks Masakuni down a second time.
At least it wasn't down the center hole.
Ooh, that is something you do like to see from Stumpy. That's Arcane of Samaria.
Yeah, that's Icebreaker right there.
Oh yeah, with what fire?
True.
I don't think our runners are going to be doing a bomb clip through Ice Palace and League. I'm pretty sure that's frowned upon in this establishment.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad.
Oh, Masakuni enacts revenge on Moldorm!
Yep, and we're that's the bow you got out there, Arm. And purple chest holds heart container. Couldn't even be the Saint card.
Let's see if Caveman decides to go through this Thieves' Town. What if we jam the lamp against the freezers? Unfortunately, the lamp doesn't start doing damage for another few titles.
We're getting a look at Johnny Two Bombs now. And his first check is 20 rubies. Blech.
Johnny McHype Cave. What do we got? A little love. There you go. There's what you're looking for. That's a ton of access to Death Mountain.
Yep. That's the entirety of Death Mountain.
It sure is, with one notable exception. You ain't going into Turtle Rock anytime soon. 'Cause if you do, you're not going very far.
That's very true. Unless you got the fire rod.
And one of our trackers pointing out, too, no hammer, no spike cave.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We do have the cape, but not half magic, too.
Yeah. But that is a very nice find there. So, definitely going to be getting some checks done now. Both Dark and Light World.
Masakuni now has his mitts, and we headed that way. Masa has his mitts before Karma does. That's interesting. And Karma has the mirror, because we've seen Karma go into pod for the mirror, too.
Yep. Also, Caveman did decide to continue into Thieves' Town.
Yeah, so we're seeing some new information on his side. This check will not be a key. And, as a result of the logic of the dungeon, this can't be the hammer up here either.
They can't? Well, there's...
No, it can't. Because if the key is in... The game will always expect you to use your keys in the worst possible way. If the key is in the big chest, no hammer.
Oh, yeah, I know. Also, there was the mushroom in the attic.
Yeah. I didn't know they could grow that tall, but apparently they can. New checks here, Paradox Cave. We get ourselves 3 bombs. Ooh, Squirmy Toes. A Tootie Flute. Oh god, that's huge, because we can actually possibly clear Mire now.
Actually, we can complete Swamp now.
Yeah, with those flippers, we can actually get everything at a Swamp Palace.
And with the way things are now, we can do Specky Clip, too.
Yep, we did follow in the Tark's decision by the community vote to legalize Specky for this tournament. So if you don't have a hammer at a Swamp Palace, no problem. You'll see it when you see it.
Hammer could be in the second chest of Swamp Palace, though.
True, we used to call that the meme check. It's still quite a meme.
Is it because the hammer could be there and that's why it's a meme?
It's the one chest that you don't want to go check, but when it's there, it's like the one place you wish it was. There's a fire rod. Oh, never mind. It's right here. Okay, we're gold minus possibly too.
Yeah. TR is a thing.
Well, it could be more than that because we also don't know if Desert's boots locked. We don't know what medallions we need yet. But the minimum right now is 2.
True. But
a little bit more divergence. Masakuni is in Skull Woods looking at what items may be waiting for us there.
Also,
I did not see what medallion waits on TR.
It was Ether.
Okay, we can get in. We can go deep, actually.
Yep,
but
we can get all the way up the laser bridge with what we have.
See, is that a trap right now, though? No ice rod.
Yeah, ice rod will be right here.
That is decidedly not an ice rod, Nira.
I said
where's that?
Here.
Ooh, that's... Oh, okay.
And nope, I was wrong.
Nope. Yeah, that's fair.
But also with Fire Rod and Bombos both, that's Ice Palace completable.
You know what? Chat says, screw it, put it in GT. Turtle Rock is a crystal. Not a crystal. Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Yeah, Turtle Rock pendant could be there.
Ice Rod could be anywhere except on Trinex right now.
And Pedestal.
But, you know, nothing's ever on Ped, so...
Except when we don't want it to be.
Except when you're practicing and your seed roller puts a hookshot on Ped.
You speak from experience there, don't you?
And whatever makes you say that?
Well, I got you beat there. How about when your seed roller puts the cape on pedestal for the Cane of Samaria to get the cape to get the hook? They're weird stuff.
I don't know how I feel about... Oh. That looked like it was good, but I guess not quite. On the bomb jump in Skullwoods here for Masakuni. There it is. Here's our third key, I think.
Yep. Like almost all of our dungeons are actually completable. The only one that isn't completable at this point that is Turtle Rock, really. Well, and possibly Desert.
All right, we have a flute being activated by Armlx. We're going to see what happens in Mire and possibly Desert in just a second here. Or maybe not. Maybe we're going to go up here and check out Skullwoods first.
Not a bad choice.
You know, we did see something that we didn't see. I think. Caveman has boots tracked. Did we get boots in the back of Thieves?
That is a good question.
I thought so, but I have been watching that. Boots were somewhere. Okay. That's not very helpful.
They were probably on blind. I didn't see anything in Zelda.
So here, new question. What did Masakuni just pick up off a bumper?
It was a bottle.
Okay. It's our first bottle. We already saw that Sick Kid is giving out free explosions today.
Sick Kid's always giving out free explosions.
Yeah, there's the dash. Caveman does, in fact, have the boots. And he's going to employ that little exploit where there's a follower flag when you first transition worlds. So we'll see a purple chest turn in without a purple chest. Masakuni giving us a new check, Graveyard Ledge, one that Armlx will be following up with very shortly. And unfortunately, nothing doing there. Oh no, Caveman. If you've ever tried to do a dash turn anywhere. Hey, boots are on blind, we're being told by one of our trackers. Not one of our trackers. One of our... You know, Twiga, you could track if you really wanted, by the way. You're doing a better job than I do. I already told boots are on blind, so no one's going to be able to skip those. But we did skip out on going to Thieves right now, which means we'd probably do Thieves into Skull at some point.
Also, okay, we are not going to... that looks like Quake.
Well, that's awkward. Looking for 2 ice rods. Well, not so much an ice rod in the Quake medallion, because that can't be in GT.
We're also getting a look at Spike Cave.
We are getting our first look at Spike Cave. And we have a mail upgrade on the Desert Ledge. Let's go. Finally, a little bit of defense here.
And Spike...
That's our 4th sword! Oh, man. And Masakuni is following up on Thieves Town, so we'll see Midna's Malevolence run around Hyrule for a little while. And I'll be interested to see just when Karma and Armlx decide to go back.
Probably Karma's doing it now.
All right, we are not boots locked out of Desert, so this is a clearable dungeon. So in terms of progress here, this is actually great news for Crystal Roller Crew, that unless one of the few bonk checks lead to Ice Rod, they're good to cruise to GT right now, provided the Quake Battalion for Meyer shows up somewhere. And also, like, the Ice Rod could show up on the path, too.
Yep. I think at this point, Pedestal's got to be dead, too.
Yeah, based on what we know...
Actually...
we know Quake?
The book could still be on Ped.
We do know Quake, don't we? Where was Quake?
Quake, that's a good question. But the book could be on Pedestal for the Ice Rod.
Okay, we can stop with the pedestal, please.
Never!
Quake is in Waterfall Fairy. Okay, thank you.
I will never stop with the pedestal talk.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
So
Mario was on Stumpy, so no one's skipping that. I say that, and yet I have the entire team not having done that yet. In Midna's Malevolence, they got boots and went elsewhere.
Also, Karma is...
They don't. K-Man has to have Samaria. He went to... He dashed away from Stumpy. Guys, it's day 1 of League. We're all gonna wake up in a few games here, I promise.
Just give us a day or two. Yeah. And...
Also, shout-outs to Zelda Lover 124. This is their first time as a volunteer for any broadcast, so... It's hard to keep track of 4 screens.
Red Mail and Blue Mail were in the desert area.
Oh. Well, all right then.
And yeah, it is not easy to keep track of 4 screens.
Alright, so Masakuni headed to get his boots. K-Man now has the information that the seat is pretty much almost beatable.
Yep, just looking for that ice rod. Not the blue item we're looking for.
So it does seem Masa is going to be following Cademan for a little while here, because as of right now, that's where all the progression's been. And he'll also learn extreme speed.
And we're getting a look at Ice Palace on Arm's side.
That we are. And this is a lot faster than if we hadn't, found the hammer. It's a lot safer with that Bombos medallion, too. Although, I don't even know if we've put anything in the bottle first. Probably not.
And we get both bottles that we found have green goo in it.
Okay, so we have plenty of magic. It helps also that Pengators are dropping magic.
It feels like that's all they drop sometimes is magic.
Well, like, prize pools are always shuffled.
Except in the vanilla game, then they drop nothing in importance.
There is an icebreaker performed by Armlx.
Very easy trick to do. It's a lot. It looks a lot more complicated than it is.
Cademan deciding I want to go into Swamp Palace first, and who can blame him?
Yeah, not at all.
I like this, actually. This is kind of a blitz move to go swamp into ice, perhaps. We'll also probably see him do the old Specky clip. I say the old Specky clip. It's actually relatively new.
Oh yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't be seeing that. Saves time, and there's Karma getting the boots.
Yeah, and Karma's going to tell Arm, hey, buddy, you left something in Thieves Town.
Just a little something. It's not turning out that boots might not be required. The only thing left really could be King's Tomb or Torch having the GT Big Key.
And that was how easy Specky Clip was.
Yep, just think of it as Harapot in reverse. Except Specky Clip you do need the bomb for.
Yeah, one well-placed bomb and one well-placed self, and suddenly you're completely bypassing that rail by hooking onto the statue on the other side.
Yeah, it's amazing the tricks and glitches we're still finding to this day in this game.
32-year-old game, people.
I'm sure Nintendo doesn't even know how broken their game is.
No. On the contrary, Nintendo was very well aware of how broken their game was, which is why the United States and other Western countries got version 1.2 of this game.
Oh,
with all of those glitches patched out.
Oh,
remember, the randomizer is built on the original Japanese 1.0.
That's very true. And that's why we had to download the 1.0. And there's the big key to Swamp. We're going to get a look, though, at King's Tomb. Sponk Rocks only had 20 rubies. We're also going to get a look at Cold Stare here. And 10 arrows on King's Tomb. Cold Stare goes down.
I didn't see anything special in Ice Palace, did you?
Nope, nothing of importance.
We got an Argus on the screen.
Also nothing of importance.
The Argus?
Yeah, easy boss.
Oh, he's very important. He's a crystal. No, he's a pendant, actually. No, he's a crystal. He's a red crystal, actually.
And
that explains it. That's why Arm went to Ice first. You go from Swamp to Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, there's a Quake Medallion.
Waterfall Fairy.
No. Look at your 5/6 crystals. You do Ice first because then you go straight from Swamp to the Pyramid.
Oh, true. Well, he grabbed Quake out of it.
Right, because he's going to want to go into Mire eventually.
True.
Because, you know, Quake's required for Mire, and that's the best time to grab it.
Very true. So, nothing of importance though in the swamp, but you do. I think there's all 3 items are. There's still 3 items left because I think we found the map and the compass, and I know we found the big key. Big chest holds 20 rubies.
And having stolen that extra key means you can now come over here and do Diver Down, despite being your second trip in the dungeon. Unlike before, you can steal the first floodgate key and take advantage of it later. Or, you know, not perform Diver Down. Interesting. Well, I see why you wouldn't do that here, because you don't need to. You just flip the switch and go.
Yep. Just costs more time to do Diver Down your second time in.
New information on IBKarma's screen. We are seeing the back of Skullwoods. I don't remember if Moth has an item or not. I know we saw all 3 keys.
Yeah, I think we've seen only 1 item. And Masakuni is going to go ahead and get their bombos here.
Yeah, he's going to be happy to see a little bit of extra safety if we go into ice here. Left side swamp. 20 more rupees. And a little bit of love. Okay, nothing to do in here.
And Mothula, you drop for us 300 rubies.
Wow. That's a lot of dollars. That's also our second of 3 pendants. Of course, we know Pedestal is now officially dead. There is nothing that can be on Pedestal. Yes, that includes the book, because the book can't lead to the Ice Rod, because Turtle Rock is a pendant.
Yeah, when I suggested that, I forgot. I forgot that TR was the 3rd pendant.
So it's not ice, it's not swamp, it's not desert. Could it be Mire? Yeah. Or are we going into GT looking for an Ice Rod when it could just be in TR?
We also have the green pendant turn-in.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen anyone do yet, which is interesting because that green pendant dungeon was required for us to get our mitts. Of course, on their own, mitts put so much more on the table.
We are going to 5. Or no, 3, never mind. Oh, where is he going?
Home.
Nope, Mire.
Yep. I mean, this is do check a clock for IBKarma. And Arm just wants his boots. And also, you clear this along with Skullwoods and then float away from that. So this is a good call for that. We also have a Peg Cave not touched.
We have what?
The Peg Cave? By the Smith House in the Dark World?
No, that was checked. That was...
Was that checked? We did.
Yeah, it was 20 rubies.
When did we check that?
Midna's Malevolence checked it.
Okay. It's actually good heads-up play by Midna's Malevolence to make sure they don't leave that check isolated. Since we did all of Smith Chain with, no hammer.
I just now realized Masakuni is still on Master Sword.
Yeah, because we know where the other 2 swords are. One is way out of the way, and one's in Spike Cave.
I thought one of them was in Agina's cave.
Yes, and who's going to go out of their way to Agina's cave when you're trying to find the answer for your partner?
True.
If I have to guess, Masakuni will probably try to grab that on his way to Mire.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But you're going to be in the area. We're going to get Green Pendant turn-in.
We're also getting a Mushroom turn-in. Green Pendant, half magic. That's cool.
Not a bad choice. I think we need the Mushroom turn-in, though.
Yes, but does Midna's Malevolence know what this mushroom is? It's HP. Masakuni's probably happy to see that, too.
Yep. Though I guess nobody did check that because only Because our runners are not going to go get a heart container out of their way.
Also, where was the mushroom? Mushroom was in Thieves Town Attic, so I would imagine that both players for Crystal Roller have that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Moss is going to get the information on what is waiting on the requirement to enter Mire, being Quake. He has not picked up Quake yet. Oh, yep. Cademan, you don't have a key. You have to go around to the 16 pots room to get a key.
Karma gonna finish off Land Mole in a third wave. Land Mole being a little bit more trollier than Trolldorm is today. And there's red mail for both our runners.
Masakuni with the errant mirror point for a second there. I honestly think it would have probably made sense to go grab your sword at that point, since you'd already fallen into the desert. But this might be Masa just checking through Desert Palace itself, because I don't think we've seen Midna's Malevolence head in this direction yet.
No, we haven't. Also, I think Karma is going to head into the mire now.
Yep, and that's what this is.
Mire is completable, and it could have our Ice Rod. Though, like you said, it could also be in GT.
And we have Halmasaur appearing on the screen for Armlx. So this is them playing with their only remaining checks being Mire and otherwise blitzing to GT.
Yep.
And yes, Ice Rod could absolutely be in TR, and that would be the one trap that... It's a 50-50 there. There's more checks in GT. GT is clearable, you need to do it anyway. But if you don't find the Ice Rod, the 23 checks at the bottom of GT, I think you go to TR first.
Yeah. Though it could be in anywhere in GT, couldn't it?
Oh yeah, it can be on the climb. It could be in the final chest of GT for all we know.
True. I was just making sure.
The only places that Ice Rod cannot be right now are the Master Sword pedestal and Trinex himself. Ice Rod can literally be any other check in the game. And we've seen a vast majority of them too, so that's why GT is the most attractive play right now.
Yep, 27 checks in there. And it could be on the GT big chest. And there's the big key to Mire.
That's a relatively early big key to Mire. I would imagine we're going to see... Oh, Karma just wants to go check items. Okay. I'm okay with this, but I think you go to Vitreous first here. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he's just going to check these two on the left side really... Or the lobby run and the... Nope, he's going to go straight to the lobby.
He's going to do this. He's probably going to door state extend through this rail up here. And then we might see big chest and map chest and call it good. There's another key. No, we're going back to the left side. What is this Mire route?
He was probably hoping Ice Rod was there.
I mean, I get it, but we know it's not.
Well, we now know it's not. And this check is 20 rubies.
Yeah, there's one more item left, too. So I think if you've come this way, you have to go to cutscene check. Okay, or no.
We're getting a look at Pyramid Fairy.
We are indeed. Cademan will be the first of our runners to make the 5-6 play. Cademan, you have a mirror. You've cleared Aga 1. Cademan. Okay. Well, we try to get Cademan back down to Hyrule. It's honestly good use of the hook to dash, because the follower will not suddenly leave you. Oh, it's not Mire.
Nope. Could be GT, or it could be right here.
It could be right here. Yeah, it could be TR, could be GT, or it could be right here. I only need one item for no mode.
Yep, and it is the third shield and not here.
It is not here. Okay, so right now I would say we can call a lead for Crystal Roller Crew, because they will be the first ones to be able to enter GT by a long margin.
Yep, they made the wise choice of going ahead and just acting like GT is their play. Well, you get what I mean. I'm bad at saying what I mean. They did the good choice of doing this, I mean. Spooky action not being very cooperative right now for Karma.
Except that it worked just fine, that shot.
Yep.
And we'll just curl around and grab this shot and bang. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're blowing our tracker's mind right now with this game.
If you haven't watched a randomizer race where they literally, the runners are pulling out all the stops, all dungeons is a good way to know a lot of different stuff. Because you get to see every dungeon in the game. You get to see all of the skips for most dungeons in the game. Not all of them, most of them. Either cross keys or all dungeons keys sanity would probably be the best way to literally see everything.
Cross keys is not for beginners, people.
And there is a cross keys week in this tournament. You'll see that coming up in week 6. But for now, it has been over an hour. Near a like shine, what would you like to say about the 4 runners on the screen?
Armlx, I'm back. Yeah, that blit.
I said, what would you like to say? Not who are they?
This has been a very good race. And that, like, please go ahead and follow our 4 runners. Also, we're getting random numbers in here right now. I don't think we're on 7 crystals yet.
No, but we'll be there soon, because if you look, we're going back into Swamp right now for Arm.
Yep.
No one has 7 crystals yet. Arm is the closest. All he has to do is go mode Mire.
Yep, he knows where the big key in Mire is, and he can basically do God Mire tonight.
Also, this is Arm's first trip into Mire's, so not Mire, Swamp. So we shouldn't have Argus marked yet.
No, he did do Argus.
Did he?
Yeah, he went straight into the back.
All right, I'm losing my mind right now.
It's okay. We all lose our mind at some point in our lives.
Well, I could argue I never had it.
I think
so I'm assuming that Karma did not do left side, or Arm wouldn't be making this play right now.
Yeah, he did not.
Okay.
He might have decided to just let Arm do it.
Masakuni picking up his Quake Battalion will now have the means to go into Misery Mire. Of course, we know Mire's not the answer. Directly, you will need to clear it. Yeah, Caveman went back in and did left side. If Karma didn't do left side, it's up to Armlx to clean it up. Because you don't want to leave your Ice Rod on left side Swamp, right, Ruby?
Ruby? I didn't know I changed my name.
No, me. Talking to myself.
Oh.
Speaking of talking to ourselves, we're out here talking to you, myself, Zeruvian, Nero Like Shine, our trackers tonight, your Uncle Finch, and Zelda Lover. And tonight's restream were brought to you by Yoinker's Wife. Thanks again, everyone volunteering for the Open League presentations here on the ALTTPR League. Again, opening night of this Open League Season 6. And already we've got some interesting things going on the screen.
Yeah. What is Arm? Oh, Arm's doing the Pyramid Fairy check.
Yep, we've already seen this from Cademan, so we'll see. Arm is going to be the second player to have 2 shields. Because I don't believe Karma picked up more than 1.
Yep, is Arm gonna... Yep, Arm is going up north. Oh, wow. Cade is now going into Eastern. Or finishing it, I mean.
Yeah, he saved this until after going to Pod, which makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Pod Pod and Eastern both had progression for us today, too.
And even more sensible is waiting to turn in Green Pen until after Eastern, because you can then flute away from Saha.
Yep. And Armlx going ahead and finding out that Pyramid Fairy was nothing. Going to go straight to Meyer, then probably go into doing GT. And there is Helmasaur down for Karma.
And that leaves... I think that's just Ice Palace then for Karma to be able to go to GT?
Yep.
I don't think he made his way over there yet, because he doesn't... He should have Kane, right?
Oh, yeah, no, he has got Kane.
Everyone's got Kane.
Well, he needs Kane to be able to do Misery.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't... Okay.
Can't beat the Misery Mire without that.
Here's the problem with one person checking TR and the other player checking GT. If you get deep into TR and then someone tells you it's in GT, you're committed to clearing the rest of TR down to Laser Bridge just to go back up and around the Dark World. You can't do that anyway. Yeah, you can't even save a portal. You'd be screwed if you're stuck in the middle of TR.
Yep. It's better to commit. It's better to commit to one dungeon than to commit to two different ones at that point.
See, I think you have to do the 23 checks in... Oh, are we getting a hover from Armlx? We are getting the Meyer hover from Armlx.
Go, Arm, go. Go, Arm, go. Yeah.
Oh, the God Meyer hover. Let's go.
Awesome job there.
I forgot Arm could hover.
I didn't know he could.
That's the ideal. If you can hover, you always want your Godmire to put the big key there, because then you just grab the key and go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess Karma did not do Swamp.
No, he's probably... What? No, he did not do Swamp. Interesting.
Okay, so yeah. This is going to be a very fast dungeon. Armlx is going to have a very easy fight here on Vitreous.
Oh, we might have lost Masakuni's feed. Hold on. We're going to try to get that back to you. Oh, there it is.
Yep, Vitreous goes down, and so does Cold Stare sometime this millennium.
Well, Cold Stare just explodes. He doesn't go anywhere.
True.
He dissolves into a just puff.
Yep, and Armlx, where are you going to go? Are you going to go finish off Moth, or are you going to go up the mountain?
I think you have to do Moth here. Absolutely.
I think so too, just because you're going to have to it's going to be out of the way no matter what. Yep, he's going to 3. Where is Masakuni going? Is he going to go to Meyer too, or is he going somewhere else? He's turning in the mushroom.
Yeah, he knows it's an HP upgrade. He might be buying a potion, actually.
Oh yeah, he's
going for a blue potion because he only has... when you're a younger player and you lean on your safeties just a little bit, it's probably good to have a bottle full of some love.
I think it's always a good idea to have the blue potion no matter what your skill level is. Yep, and there goes Armlx into Skull Woods, and Karma is going to Ice.
Yep, and this is the last crystal for Karma and the last non-TR, non-GT dungeon for Arm. And watch out, because we're getting Cademan slowly starting to catch up a little bit here. Masa heading to Skullwoods now.
Yep, and Mafula on Red Mail, Tempered Sword, Half Magic, Fire Rod is going to be a very, very, very simple fight. I know.
Seems like well done to me.
I know for vanilla, I prefer using Tempered against Mafula.
I think most speedrunners do. You go into Thieves second after Pod to facilitate getting your Tempered Sword as early as feasibly possible. In NMG, anyway.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know about that. Oh. You can do that in vanilla until I started doing
Whoa, good dodge of the Wall Master there.
Yep, and we're going to go up to 1 now on Armlx side. So should we go ahead and ask for numbers in chat, just in case?
I mean, let's wait to see if he runs past GT first, but if you do want to guess, get ready to spit them out in quick time, because we might be seeing Ganon's Tower very, very soon. We might be seeing Turtle Rock first, too. Hard to say, hard to say.
Yep, the numbers will be 1 to 22. We do not take specific rooms, we take numbers only. And we do play by the Price is Right rules, so whoever's closest without going over.
Making your own rules.
Maybe. Okay, can we talk about the fact that the Dragonite bunny sprite is Dratini?
We can talk about it.
And people are also getting the guesses in on where the ice rod is.
Slim's chest? Now, wait a minute. Allison, which chest is Slim's chest?
I think that's the... I think that's supposed to be Bob's chest.
No, the Slim would be a name of a runner.
Oh.
Let the person I asked answer the question.
Sorry. Also, we are... Armlx did open up Turtle Rock, but just ran off. Good idea, though.
Yeah, you open it up because it saves yourself a mirror transition. You're going to have to come back in that direction if the ice rod's into GT anyway. And regardless, you'd have to open it the next time you came up here if it's not in GT and you clear GT.
Also, my guess is 22 for the GT Big Key.
I love going directly left in this GT here.
Yeah. Also,
gives...
Nothing on left side.
Not yet, anyway. There's still plenty of checks if you go further left, but we do often go this way first.
Oh, yeah. Checks 6 and 7. 6 is our third bottle. 7 is another 50 rubies.
So now Arm is doing the route that starts at Stalfos and goes right to Compass, just to rule out whether or not Karma needs to go this way, or else he just grabs his keys on the left side and continues down left. Remember, we're looking for both the GT Big Key and potentially the Ice Rod could be in here.
Yep.
Karma opening up his Turtle Rock for the moments to come.
8 is the red meringue. 9 is
There's
the big key. 10 is the map. 10 is a piece of heart.
So, you can't stop here. There was no small key in Hope, so that does mean that we'll probably see Karma do the exact same here as... Well, he may actually go ahead and grab this pot key and then go right. Also, we do see Karma in Turtle Rock right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, Karma is in Turtle Rock, and the first check is the compass.
Imagine the compass in the compass chest of TR.
Yeah. What is this? Is this even
What
randomized?
kind of rando? Anyway. And
And
we got $20 in the map chest of GT.
I think that was check 11.
I mean, I'm not even keeping count. We already got the big key.
True.
All we care about whether or not is it here, or is Karma about to find it? Or is it Bizarro World and they left it somewhere that Mid is about to come across it?
And these are the small key and the map. I think that means that Turtle Rock's big key has to be vanilla.
Yeah, based on the one key, we're going to have a small key here, followed by a small key for the next door. And that means a small key in Chain Chomp. So yeah, big key is forced to be vanilla. Caveman continues his cleanup tour. Masakuni enters Swamp Palace with only Meyer and Pod remaining.
We also just found the silver arrows.
Of course they're in GT. Where else would they be?
GT.
I mean...
At least Ice Armos is going to be very simple. Vanilla, they are Pyramid Fairy.
Well, it's not the GT Big Chest, Nira. Sorry to say.
Yep, Bob's chest. What do you got for us? It is 20 rubies.
And this is kind of why I don't so much care for the split to do TR versus GT, because if it's just in GT, then Karma's at that point of no return here with the big key.
Could be a Mimic Cave.
It could very well be Mimic Cave. It could be on Laser Bridge. It could be in the climb for all we know. And then if you're climbing GT, you're committed. Well, there's item number 22 in the basement. The only thing we have not seen yet is the the tile room. Arm's going for it.
You might as well at this point. It'd be their luck. It is in tile room.
And again, it could still be in the climb too.
True.
We get a powder in the climb. Cademan takes down Mothula. Masakuni about to go face off against Argus, knowing it's not in here.
Also, I thought for a second Karma had forgotten to do Mimic Cave.
No, that's a meta play, actually. If you're go -1, it's typical to go check the big chest of TR before mirroring back from Mimic Cave, because if it's just in the big chest, you go. And if not, you bonk back and mirror. And it's just bombs and Mimic Cave.
Yep. And looks like Armlx is going to go ahead and do the climb.
Okay, this is where this gets really awkward for Crystal Roller Crew. And again, you're going to have the same problem for Midna's Malevolence when they get here. It's the chicken or the egg, kind of. Who wants to go into TR without the Ice Rod? Where's the TR? Where's the Ice Rod if it's not in TR? It's not in the basement.
Worst thing about the climb too is that the chests aren't. There's no chests until like the very end of the climb.
Masakuni dispatching Argus and down to just a couple crystals now. But this is actually... we did see Caveman finish off Desert. So I believe Desert Skullwood's off the table. This is Caveman's run up to either TR or GT. I have to imagine it's GT.
Yeah, I imagine GT too. I think the plan is on both sides is one first runner going up goes to GT, the other one TR. Okay, we're going to look at Laser Bridge here.
We know there's a key here. We know there's a dungeon item here. That's the powder. I called powder somewhere. There's your
Yep.
key.
There's
It's
the
on
ice
Laser Bridge, and at 122.04, Karma is the first runner to show us a team in go mode.
I am sure that Karma is glad that they didn't just waste time in here. Cademan, though, is going to go ahead and go in the TR like we were thinking. Or GT, I mean. You, of course, once you get this far in the TR, you, of course, finish it if you can.
Yeah, there is no reason you don't. You'd have to be crazy.
Crazy like a fox!
Hey, I know some foxes that are pretty crazy. Namely,
I-
all of them. Alright, so now Arm knows he doesn't need to actually check anything up here in GT. He can just go straight to Aga 2.
Yeah, no point in getting anything, especially since you've got the silver arrows.
The question is, Karma's probably not picking up those silver arrows because they're a bit out of the way.
Oh yeah, you're not going to go do full left side, essentially, for silvers.
But Cademan will zip them.
Yep. So here's my question. I don't remember how co-op works. Is it whatever team finishes first that takes the win, or
Team average time lowest.
okay, that's what I thought. Good question to ask too for those who are new in chat to this.
If you've been following the Link to the Past Randomizer League, this is our 6th year. 6 years, everybody! Of playing this game that everyone wants to curse at in various different languages. Really nasty swear words you can't say on speed gaming, like heck. Here's Agadam 2. Oh, that should have been a double. Oh, you got scammed, Arm. You got scammed. Okay, he makes up for it. Why do I want to finish that with, that will require a tetanus shot?
Oh.
Alright, this Agatu is not going the best for Armlx, but at some point it just doesn't matter, because all he has to do now is climb GT. Not climb GT. This is what, climb the mountain to get back to TR. God.
That kind of sucks to have to reclimb the mountain, that's for sure. Especially as TR is nowhere near where you have to come from.
Okay, obviously not having the last dungeon, Armlx remembers, hey, I gotta go back up the mountain, don't I? Shoot. Caden has picked up the big key and is continuing right side. All the way down to big chest. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good play. Yeah, do the GT big key check while right here. But Karma got the big key. Wow, that was fast. Yeah, this is really gonna come down to the wire too.
Ooh, Masa in trouble. And that is why we picked up a blue potion.
Yep. And there goes Vitreous down. Armlx going right into TR now. He knows that he doesn't even have to check that many things, just the stuff that's along the way. I think Arm also went and did the wrong direction there by accident.
Yeah, you see him spinning around like, what did I do that for?
Happens to the best of us.
Yep, he knows he only needs the key.
Yep, we'll grab the magic refill down here in just a second. Yeah, Karma just did the use powder on the anti-fairy thingy. I don't know what those the swirly ones are called. The
They're
yellow.
called bunny beams because they are beams that turn you into a bunny when touched by them.
Okay.
Yeah, well, exactly as it says on the tin, sort of deal. Karma not having the nicest of Lammo fights here. I don't know if there's anything in his bottle, but he might be just trying to conserve magic.
No, neither of Crystal Roller crew has actually used their green bottle.
Alright, so Caveman is about to discover the silvers and give Masakuni the bad news that, hey, bud, you're not getting silvers today.
Nope. But at least one of them does. With Clippy, I call them bonsai buddy beams. Thanks, Finch. I think, though, that Karma's going to be starting the Ganon fight before Arma does.
Karma's going to be starting the Gammon fight before Midna's even realizes where the ice rod is.
Oh, yeah.
Because Caveman's going to do this tile room. He may decide to just go up GT. Same as Armlx did, except that he doesn't have a Masakuni sitting in Turtle Rock.
Nope. Masakuni is just finishing up Pod right now.
Yep, on his way to Helmasaur. That is his last crystal, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going up. All right. Well, it's really not that bad. It adds a mountain climb, but you can still save and quit to the Ganon hole in the pyramid.
Yep. And
it's just kind of unfortunate. The ice rod is just it's in a terrible spot.
Yeah, it's basically the second to last check you can do in TR before Trinax. I get too being kind of nice with the lineups tonight.
Oh boy. Alright, done there. Agatu down for Karma. Karma, first runner to enter Ganon's arena, you could say.
Yep, Armlx is not going to be very far behind, though. He's going to be about a minute behind.
Yeah, he's not really far behind at all, if you think about it. And he also has silver, so he's going to have a very smooth finish to the Ganon fight. Ganon very upset that we just barged into his home without knocking first.
Well, Ganon then stopped trying to take over Hyrule.
Hyrule's not his home. What? Maybe we should remind him about barging into someone else's home after he sees the island of Koridai.
What?
It's a CDI reference.
Oh, no wonder I didn't get it.
All right, that is Trinex down for Armlx. Masakuni's got his final crystal in his hands. Cademan are just about to hit the torches after taking care of these Wizrobes, and it's spin to win time for IBKarma.
Yep, 12 spins to finish off Ganon.
Fun fact, you can also slash Ganon with the gold sword. It will count the same amount of damage as a spin, because Ganon does not take a different class of damage from a gold sword spin.
But it's such a small window you have to hit him with, it's more cost effective to do it this way.
Oh no!
So, please somebody else raise their hand when I ask this. Who else has done spin strats on Ganon because they forgot they had the silvers?
I mean, I don't have hands, so...
Okay, claws in your case.
Alright, let's see. Not quite there yet, but just one or two more. That'll do it for IBKarma.
Yep, IBKarma will be finishing with a official racetime.gg time eventually. He will finish with a time of 1:33:30. And Arm's going to be right behind him.
Yeah, and there's the exploding Ganon for Armlx. That will seal the win in the books tonight for Crystal Roller Crew.
Yep, kind of doesn't matter if the average time of one team finishes before the other.
Arm posting us a time of 1:33:53, and again, first win in the books for the season for Crystal Roller Crew. Congratulations to IBKarma and Armlx, and Zapikel, their third team member in chat earlier, was saying go faster. Well, how much faster do you want them to go?
Also, apparently the redemption chest had the book.
Ew.
Also, GG and welcome Armlx and IBKarma.
GG's.
GG's.
Hello. Welcome to Season 6, boys.
Yeah. Welcome. It is always we do a lot of practice runs of this mode just to warm up, but it's always a little different when you're like in a tournament race and actually thinking about what if, but also what if, but you know.
Yeah. How does it feel to be back in the saddle in co-op in week 1 here?
I mean, I thought it went pretty well. Ice Rod Hunt was a good way to open, as always.
No, you're wrong. Entirely incorrect. Ice Rod Hunt is never a good way to play AD.
But yeah,
especially
it was an Ice Rod Hunt.
TR.
It was an Ice Rod Hunt from, like 50 minutes, and it was literally, it could be anywhere except for Ped and Trinex.
Yeah, we get hammer and the entire screen goes green, and it's just like we're in Ice Rod Gomar, aren't we? I guess we didn't have boots at that time, but...
You didn't have boots. She also didn't need boots. Luckily, the boots blocked absolutely nothing on this seed. You also didn't have knowledge on the medallion on Meyer until one of you finally flew. It's Quake, but we know where Quake is. Oh, where's Quake? Oh, I gotta go get that.
Yeah, I think we also had... No, we got Bombos right after Hammer, so we knew where all three were. So yeah. Because Bombos was Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the seed was like really linear up until the point where the entire screen was green on the Ice Rod Hunt. So yeah, definitely the scariest thing possible to have happen to you in an AD.
So if you watch this back, you will get probably as confused as we were, because for some reason we had a glove marked on the wrong tracker. And the entire time thought that someone had seen another glove somewhere else, and we're like, why isn't Crystal Roller Crew going to West Dark World? Oh, it's because the mitts are just in Hera Basement.
Oh,
that explains that. That's the last location.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, anyone's going to basically last locate that, because you have to go into the back of Pod, get your mirror there, go up, kill the boss. Yeah, I think we hadn't done Catfish. I think that's what we had left. Catfish and the green pendant turn-in from Hera that you're just not going to do before anything else.
Yeah, I just plain don't care for linear-type seeds for co-op AD.
Well, it started linear, right? Like, it was linear up until the point you went up the mountain, and then it was just like, boom. You got flute, hammer, flippers, and something else. You got 4 things up there.
Bombos, and fire rod.
And it just
Just everything.
and fire rod, and it just opened the seed up at that point, and it stopped being linear. But yeah, the beginning of that seed was literally go get your stuff, go to Aga. Timing on me missing the lamp was a little bit unfortunate, but I didn't have bombs. And then it was just go kill Aga, go to pod, get your mirror, go up the mountain, get your mitts, and then go get your hook shot, and then go open the world.
Yeah.
I felt like go ahead. Good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the only real decision from that middle point of the game that we made was whether to do Back with Thieves, which we made the wrong choice, but I mean, I don't know if it's the wrong choice here or just the wrong choice in general.
I mean, it's objectively the wrong choice, but it's also, oh no. No, chat's pointing out that we have Cademan from Minna's Malevolence currently checking tablets because of the book at the top of GT. Given Masakuni is in Turtle Rock right now, so that's not as bad as you think it is.
No, okay. We were wondering where the book was. We had 4 checks in the game where it could have been. It was either going to be on the 2 mini Helmas, the post Moldorm, or on Powder.
See, it got interesting because it could have been on Ped. We were never going to.
The credits spoiled that for you, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it couldn't have been on Ped because TR was a pendant.
Well, no, the book.
Well, no, the book could.
Talking about
the book. Yeah, the book.
Yeah, the ice rod. Yeah.
No, right now you've got the situation where, because of the timing for you, Armlx, you were climbing GT, and Karma's like, "Oh, it's just on Laser Bridge. Let's go." You didn't have to open anything at the top of GT. Cademan was on the mountain by himself. Masakuni playing catch up, so he opens everything at the top of GT and falls into the trap with the book. Because at that point, you've already sent Masakuni to TR, but you have to rule everything else out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially it's TR. It's so long. We could have gone in there. You get the hammer, the fire rod, the bombos, and you're like, oh well, it's ether. Do I go in? And it's just
yeah, we discussed that because I could have went in. Yeah. But that's when the world opened up, so it was just we can wait on it. Ended up not being the right play if you went in there. It was just it would have been I guess big brain play. But it's so hard to make that call.
No, it's when you get exactly what you need to make the rest of the entire game just available to you. You can't make that call. There's no way.
Yeah, the thing is too is the TR checks are so slow. Okay, so we did Left Side Swamp, Pyramid Fairy, a few extra checks in Ice, a few extra checks in Mire, and mirroring Dasaha. I don't know, how much time does the TR checks take? It's really kind of one of those things where it's I don't know, it's probably not even the TR check is probably a third or more of the net time across all those checks.
See, here's the most damning part about that though. What if you bank on TR and you miss?
Yeah,
because you can't save a portal because you did Aga because it was an Aga seed.
Yep.
Yeah, and one of your big checks is Swamp.
And that's why we knew when he was in the climb and I was in the back of TR, we were like, well, whoever finds it has another mountain climb ahead.
Well, little Masakuni has just found his ice rod and he's headed to Trinex, and that information will be conveyed to Cademan, who's a TR behind yet, and Masakuni is a GT behind him.
I do feel like for only 4 checks left in the game, we cleared pretty efficiently.
Yeah, a time of 1:33:40-ish for this seed is... Honestly, considering it was an Aghanim seed for one, and everything was just super linear gated until you get your hammer, your flute, your fire rod. The seed moved as soon as you got to that point. There was a lot that could have gone wrong clearing-wise, and yeah, it didn't. It's very efficient, full clear. Well done.
Yeah. It splits up okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want another one of these seeds or don't. Efficient full clear is great, but also just the terror of the Ice Rod Hunt the entire time. I don't know.
Ice Rod Hunt is absolutely a feeling in this mode. So Zafika was in chat, Arm, and he was telling you, just go to GT, go aggro mode, go. They said, and I'm like, he is going. He's got to activate his flute to go to Meyer first. He's like, go faster, colon.
So after we finished, we popped into our team chat and talked this over with Zap. I think the thing that we realized was that I had no reason because of the Aga save and quit. There's no reason for me to do Skull Wiz before going up the mountain because I can just save and quit from there. So I should have been up a little earlier, but like all the stuff, like okay, I'm first in the swamp, right? And there's 3 checks left. You have to do those 3 checks there. You cannot leave 3 items there. We were like, yeah, if it's 1, maybe 2, you just leave it. Can't leave 3. And then like it's like, okay, well, you're doing Pyramid Fury with the Aga portal. Like, let's be real, you're right there. You're not leaving that. Like, I don't know. I think
we talked about the way we lose this game is by missing in the check.
Yeah.
We felt like as long as we cleared the checks, we probably had an advantage.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is clear checks. I think the argument that was being made is you have the means to just go to GT. Just go to GT.
Yeah, I think Zach's argument was like splitting the checks in such a way that it's. I guess the thing is, okay, so maybe the better argument here that Zap is making is that you can split the checks in such a way that like.
Oh no!
The person who goes to GT. Oh no.
He just went to the TR big chest without collecting the big key.
Oh no! And you get the
key is missing. The big key.
Yeah.
Which means you can't go farther than the big chest. So he has to actually. Now I get the internal moment of panic. He did go back out the left to the left door. You can still go past the big chest and left. And Masakuni is now trying to go right side for the big key in GT without a small key. And there was no small key in Hope Room. Oh.
Yeah, if you could hear the comms, there were a lot of points where I was just like, okay, this is what we need to do. Hit the switch in Ice Palace. Okay, we gotta hit the switch in Ice Palace. I have to hit the switch in Ice Palace, and then repeating the same thing 3 times. Karma's in. You just internalize all the things that you're just like, oh no, let's not do this, please. Anything but this. And you just are like, I really hope I don't do this. And
just
then
the mantra of
I hope yeah.
And then apparently we both had the worst Agatus in the world.
Oh my god, Nira is sitting next to me going, Agatu putting up some great patterns as Karma is missing an easy double. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I missed literally everything, and it was very slightly angle missed, and I'm just like, okay. I'm just chalking it up to first game nerves.
I'm blaming it on fast ROM. That's my excuse. I have, ever since the fast ROM back and forth, Aga2, there's a few rooms that I just like. And like a lot of it I've adjusted to, but there's a few that just keep getting me between Aga2, like the Thieves Town Hellway. There's like one, not the Spike room where like when you're coming back down, you time your dash and you can zero cycle. Like that one messes me up. There's like 1 or 2 others where I'm like, what am I doing?
All right, Masakuni finally on track to go get the big key. And Cademan is making his way to Laser Bridge. So we should see some finishes relatively soon here.
Yeah, I don't
know. Good. Well, I was going to say, unless you guys have anything further, I think we're probably good. So that you guys can watch the other team finish out.
Short of trying to grill you both. Because we all practiced together last season. No, Mira has departed for the evening, but he wanted to say thanks for giving us a good run. He hopes to catch up with you guys again more next time. There is a next time. This was only your first game. What can we look forward to later this week?
Saturday, we're running again, same team against, it's going to be Masa and Pixie.
Okay. Do you have a time for this?
Yeah.
That was blocked. What was it?
7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll look forward to that, see if that gets picked up for a restream here on the ALTTPR League. Not going to keep you too much longer if you want to bail out and have your little post-race hoedown with Zaf. GG once again getting your first win of the season, Crystal Roller Crew.
GG's and
Thank you,
good night
thank
all.
you.
Alrighty. As we see here, we have Masakuni and Cademan finishing up their respective final dungeons. Cademan deciding that Trinex is no joke and taking care of him before he can do something that we really don't want to see. Like, break through the walls and slither around Hyrule would not be something I'd like to see. But that's the last prize in hands of Cademan. He does have one fight with the Big Pig, and that will do it for him. Masakuni is still climbing Ganon's tower here. Trinex just wall hacking, aimbotting, and what else we say? No clipping. Gold and silver makes this a very comfortable fight for Cademan. Until we get in harm's way. Oh boy, that cape activation could not have come at a better time there. No, I don't think it really matters if Caveman has a potion or not with the Silver Arrows deal. He is done with Ganon. So let's see some GGs in chat for Cademan, who, upon crossing this 1x3 bridge that just appears out of nowhere, poof! Gonna finish in the race time room 1:49.21, as you see on the timer. GG. Masakuni still has a little bit of work to do. Again, Masakuni is playing Silverless. Now, I don't know how well Masakuni, younger player that he is, knows Silverless Ganon. Maybe he's going to surprise me a little bit. Masakuni also doesn't have that gold sword that Cademan discovered in Spike Cave, which would make the 1-in-1 relatively free. Also, just take a little bit of the heat off of both of the first two phases of Ganon if you aren't quite as skilled at getting some quick finishes of those two. Masakuni screwed up his own timing a little bit by getting knocked off. Ooh. All right. Just a couple more rooms here. The powder's pretty nice here if you happen to need a little bit of extra HP before going to Boldor. Again, I don't remember if Masakuni still has anything in his second bottle. I know he had a blue that he had to use earlier. Let's see if Masakuni has a better Agatu than the other 3 did. Oh boy. Remember, folks, if you're enjoying what you saw here tonight was just the first day of the ALTTPR League. We have games coming up all week long for you. There's a few on the schedule for tomorrow. Nothing appears to be assigned to a restream yet, but if you want to see a game that's got a possible full crew just hanging out for it, there's a few options for you. That game starting as early as 1:10 p.m. Eastern and running all the way to 9:10 p.m. Eastern. Any of those games could see themselves finding their way to this channel, provided a restreamer picks them up, and some volunteer efforts would give our restreamers, hey, a little bit of target practice for which games you want to put on the air. Shoutouts to Uncle Finch for putting up the league schedules for you guys in the chat. The ALTTPR Open League at the top link, the Invitational League, all of our high-end, super talented, highly competitive players over on the Invitational League. Those races are being handled mostly by Speed Gaming. There's actually one going on right now between Terranigma is a good game and Fluff Around and Find Out, a couple of teams I'm very interested in. And there's another one also taking place at the same time. Keep an eye out on both those schedules for all of your league needs. Whether there's a game you want to help put on the air, or some friends you just want to keep tabs on, just click the links, put them in your bookmarks, and keep those eyes peeled. More information and current standings on the Link to the Past Randomizer League is available at ALTTPRleague.com if you want to find the Open League. There's a little button at the top bar. There's also the indicator that you just put open.alttprleague.com. You will find the Open League website with all players, teams, standings, and match history, and also a link to those schedules. Masakuni about to enter Phase 4 of Ganon with nothing but a Tempered Sword here. And no silver arrows. Masa's going to have to... Yeah, here we go. He does have the torch glitch, at least. We're opting for Lamp because I don't know if he still has a green potion or not. I know he swallowed one potion to put a blue in that bottle. So, oh, he does have a blue. Okay, we're perfectly fine. Never mind. Disregard that I can't count bottles. And if you're Masakuni, very, very young player. Again, it's a mentor tournament this summer and was briefly in the casual boots tournament and started playing on the ladder. He's only just gotten into this competitive scene. So make sure you're giving younger players like himself a pat on the back. Being willing to go from a fan of the game to an active player of the game is not easy work here. Especially not in a highly competitive tournament like a League or a Kazboots. Hey, look, Ganon exploding for Masakuni. Let us see some GGs in chat for Masakuni and Midna's Malevolence putting their first race in the books for this Season 6 of the Open League. And joining me now are those two fantastic friends of mine, Masakuni Dragon and Kate Man. GG, guys.
GG, thank you.
Thank you.
I was saying GG, but you didn't have a real hard job just watching us play, right?
Oh my goodness! I mean, we had a hard enough time keeping track of everything. We all have.
I believe it.
We have all kinds of stuff to figure out in terms of how to make our eyes uncross when we're steering at one runner. Nero does send his regards. He did have to peace out, but I will take you the rest of the way here. How do you guys feel after that seat?
You know, one down. Let's start somewhere, right?
Well, got the first one out of the way.
You know, I'm going to say the following
Yeah.
words, and I want you to mantra with me. Redacted Ice Rod Hunt.
No game has ever come down to an ice rod hunt in the
Oh,
history of this
not
game,
once
right?
ever.
Never.
Not once ever. Not
Oh,
even once,
surely
especially
not.
not in Pendant TR. Now, why could that
No,
be?
it was just in its vanilla location on Laser Bridge.
Oh my
You just
God.
should have just figured that out.
This one, we were talking with Arm and Karma about how painfully linear this seed just happened to be with the last location of Mitz and Hera Basement. Was there any thought to just how much that opened up to kind of make it awkward?
I thought, when it was all said and done, I thought it was a fun seed. After it opened up, that bottleneck into Hera Basement was kind of brutal. But then looking at it and being able to see, okay, we've got all this other nonsense with the mirror and all the movement once you got the boots out of TT, it was. I thought it was kind of a fun seed, all things considered, minus that dumb ice rod. So
It's pretty fun after you get done with like so long of shadowing cavemen here. And that's just how the seed is. Sometimes I guess you just have to shadow your partner sometimes, or your other partner has to shadow you.
Your first major race in the books, it gets easier. You know, the more seat time you get, the more you learn from your teammates, the more this season is going to prove to be a lot of fun, I'm sure. Again, Masakuni in his first, I guess, major tournament appearance outside of Casual Boots and GMP.
Yeah. I've done the mentor tournament and I've done the Casual Boots tournament, but that's about it. It's my league debut.
We do have a Saturday night bout between these two teams. Again, Crystal Roller Crew fielding the same pair of Karma and Armlx. Masakuni, I guess you're trading partners out for Pixie. Is that what I hear?
That's correct.
So we'll have that to look forward to if you want to see that put on the air. If you have some restream ability or a little bit of interest in helping volunteer, you can see that game on the schedule again. Again, thank you to our tracker, your Uncle Finch, for putting those links in the chat. Thank you to the rest of our volunteer crew tonight. Nero Like Shine giving me someone to argue with on comms. Zelda Lover, again, first time playing in a major race for Masakuni. First time tracking a broadcast for Zelda Lover. Did an okay job, considering we were confused all night. And despite all of the first day hiccups, Yoinker's Wife put us on tonight. Thanks a lot for restreaming Yoinker's Wife. Do you have any other thoughts for tonight before we get it going?
Not really, but yeah, Root, thanks for well, not directly, but getting me into this whole randomizer and racing business, Ruby.
Oh boy, I don't know what I did to cause that for you, but I did.
that sounds like maybe it needs an apology.
I'm sorry.
No, it's great. It's fun.
Masakuni's been a friend of mine for 15 years, and we kind of, met minds in this, and he said, I'm going to try this someday. Well, here he is.
Here I am. I think I'm going to keep trying it, so on and so forth.
All right. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games on these. Is that 7 or 8? I can't even count tonight. My goodness. We'll be back again tomorrow with some league action, hopefully, here on the ALTTPR League. If not, we'll see some invitational games all over on Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and possibly see some friends pick up their own games, for their teammates or communities. You never know. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the ALTTPR.
One more thing.
Oh, what?
One more thing. Good luck Wednesday.
I'm not playing. I'll be at work.
Oh, okay. We're Saturday.
No, Pichu and Amerith are playing. I'll be here on Saturday.
Okay, well, either way, they have good races there too.
Yeah, GG once again. Crystal Roller Crew, Mid is Malevolence. First game out of 2 in the books. CRC up 1-0. Watch out for that second game later this week on Saturday. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back with some more league action all week long. Full.
Ah,
All right,
The-
GG.
The broadcast was painful for me. Near as a meme lord.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. That's for sure.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
There was a moment in time where you picked up a glove. And Finch, were you left or right?
I was bottom.
You were
So
oh
we actually tracked
God.
top bottom. So
Top bottom. Oh no. Okay, so the glove that Cademan picked up got marked on Cademan's tracker. Then Karma got marked a glove, so we thought we had Mitts access somehow.
I think I think sort of what happened was and again Zelda first time tracking, so this is not an indictment. I think just kind of switched up Cademan's and IBKarma's sides just a little bit there.
And then of course no one in chat's telling me one way or the other, so I'm all lost the entire first half of this race.
Awesome.
So watch
well,
it back because you have a fourth year commentator literally just completely lost on the screen right now.
Oh man.
It doesn't help that we got